What's up, y'all? Yo, Samurai Chill, what's up, man? It goes. It goes. Chilling as well. Nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, that was the beat that I made on the last stream. But yeah, everything's chilling. Sunday, low key. I hear there's some kind of Super Bowl going on, but I don't really watch sports that much. So we're about to make a beat instead, celebrate the Super Bowl in my own way. But yeah, hope everyone's chilling. Let's see, what was I gonna do here? Oh yeah, so I played this beat. Let's listen to it one more time. It's pretty chill. All right. Yep. Okay, a little fade out there. All right, well, yeah, let's go ahead and get into it then, because, oh, let me stop that. Because, yeah, the plan for today, I wanted to make a beat on the Dirty Wave M8. I just did a video about the M8, so I'm in the M8 mindset, so I kind of want to mess around with this thing. And, yeah, maybe experiment with some alternate slice techniques, which is something that I'm researching right now for my next video. All right, so let me, like, mute this thing. Oh, wait, is it? Yeah. Okay, sorry about that. Like, I'm gonna mute this thing so I can unplug. All right, we're back in it, and let me. Wait, I gotta turn this thing on too. Nice. All right, so we're gonna be M8ing it in the mix here. Let's do new project. Okie dokie. And let's see what we got here. And yeah, I did have a sample in mind for this one. Let's take a listen. To do. It's called Maiden Sorrow. Yeah, kind of a sad one. But yeah, let's see what we got here. Let me turn it up a little bit, actually. Dang, I was already at F7. Oh, I have to unmute this thing too. Boom. Nice. So that's the part that I cropped out. Yeah, I kind of get like Final Fantasy kind of vibes on this thing, or some kind of, I don't know, Eastern influence or whatever. So I feel like it's gonna sound sick with some like boom boom ka type stuff on it. So let's get slicing. And this is the part that's a little bit challenging with the M8, is that the facilities for sample chopping are not as easy, I guess, as some other devices. You don't have things like a lazy chop or any other kind of methods to really quickly get through this. So unfortunately, it's going to be a bit of a battle here, but it's all right because I will move through it swiftly. All right, so let's put some slice markers down. Here we go. So yeah, I'm kind of keeping an eye out for like the big transients here. And I'm going to keep the slices pretty wide too. I'm not really trying to do like super fine chops on this thing because I have a plan for how to sort of slice it more finely, which I'll show you in a minute here. Maybe pull this one back a bit. Ah, there we go. Yeah, this sample's not that bad. We've got a lot of clues with the transients here. They're really giving us the guidance on where to set the slice markers, which is not always the case when you're chopping on this thing. Puppy ball. Heck yeah. There's the next one. Almost done here. Yeah, this one got a little messed up when I was exporting it. Here it is. Dude, heck yeah. There we go. Kind of tapers off there. Nice. Oh, hey, dude, John Soares planning to get in on tomorrow's pre-order. Dude, that's what's up. Yeah, these things are fun, man. These are fun devices. I don't know if you're brand new to trackers or if you played around with some other ones, but this thing, it's unique and interesting, and or is the way that I would describe it. Okay, we're gonna not crop. I need to overwrite the sample markers that we put in here. How many do we have, by the way? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not bad. And yeah, like I mentioned, the slice markers are pretty wide on this one just because I don't feel like really dialing it in and fine tuning it using this interface. It's a little bit challenging. But B, we also have an alternate way of triggering the sample from within the slices, which I'll show in a second here. So let's go ahead and get out of this. Set this to slice marker mode. And then I gotta change the BPM too. So the sample BPM is 90. I might pitch it down though. We'll see. But we'll keep it at 90 for now, I guess. And then, all right. Now we just gotta see how this sounds here. Seems like it's looping pretty well. Yeah, the workflow, it's a little wacky, I would describe it as. But it's interesting. And something I really like doing on this is programming drums. I feel like I have a really good way of like getting the drums in, but the sample chops can be a little bit tough. But yeah, this is not a bad loop. Let me see here. I'll change the start point. Dang, maybe I need to, is my mic picking up some kind of noise? It's like the heater. Hopefully that's not super annoying. Does the M8 incorporate the touchscreen for sample chopping? It does. Yeah, here, I'll show you. I hate touching the screen on this thing because it smudges it up, but I do want to give you the heads up on it. Yeah, so basically, the way the touchscreen works on this thing is you can, if you have a parameter selected, like for instance, this is the start point of this slice here, or here, I'll do it like all the way at the end. Okay, yeah, so the slice, you can see it starts on this like yellow line or whatever. If you have this edit feature or the parameter highlighted, I think you hold edit and then you move. Yeah, see, like that. I don't even know if you have to hold edit. Yeah, you do have to hold edit. So you hold edit down and then yeah, you can like kind of drag it around. I will say though, it's not very precise. Like you can get it close to where you want it and then you probably just have to dial it in using like the fine edit or whatever, which would be holding edit and then pressing left or right. So yeah, this touchscreen is definitely a serviceable method for putting in the sample chops. And then let me just do a quick screen wipe here because it's going to drive me crazy if I don't do this. All right. But yeah, if you're all good with the touchscreen, I say have at it. Me, it's just like, I don't know, I got like OCD about this or something. Okay, let's get back to work here. Yes. Dude, heck yeah. Bro, that's what I'm saying though. The pinch zoom, if they had different levels of zoom, I think sample chops would be way easier. Because right now you only get 2 levels of zoom. You have like the far out zoom, which is like the whole waveform. And then you have this like really microscopic view. But yeah, if there was like some kind of intermediary way to like kind of adjust the zoom, I think it would be way easier to chop on this thing. Just my 2 cents. All right. That loops pretty well. All right, so I'm gonna keep this basic loop going here, and I'm gonna set up some drums to get kind of a rhythm going, and then we'll come back to the sample chops. That's kind of the way I work on this thing. Okay. Samples, drums, snare. Hey, yo, Simon, what's cracking, man? Glad to see you tuning in. I'm still working on the streaming schedule, but I'm glad you were able to catch it at one of my various random points where I decide to stream. Yeah, hopefully my mic's not like picking up a lot of background noise. Let me know if that's a problem. Okay. Whoa. Oh, dude, I appreciate you saying that, Sound Doctrine. Yeah, you hear that, like the snare, it's got kind of like a, at the end it's like, you can hear that, it's like, because I sampled it from a record probably. But yeah, so let's, we're going to adjust the envelope of the snare so we don't have that thing at the end. So let me do destination, oh yeah, and so you can get to the envelope and modulation controls by holding shift and then pressing up from the instrument page. And then from here, you've got a couple options for where you want to target the envelope, but we'll use volume. And then another good thing to do when you're messing around with the envelope is to just like put even more notes in just so you can hear it trigger frequently, so you can hear what kind of changes you're making. Oh, whoops. All right, so I'm trying to get rid of that at the end. So we'll reduce the decay. Maybe add some hold. I think that sounds all right. Okay, so let's hear it with the sample chops. Not bad. All right. Let's get a kick in the mix. This one sounds pretty good. Ugh, I don't know why it's looping. Okay, let's do a new track here. The Dirty 30. And then we'll do, I guess I'll just put some notes in. And we'll set up an EQ for this thing too. Nice. All right, let's get a hi-hat. Dig that one. All right, so I'm trying to be more intentional about where I put the hi-hats. Because normally I use the quick fill shortcut, which is Shift Option Option, and then I do like a fill 2x, and it's very like, it kind of puts you in a certain type of beat if you do this, so you don't have as much control over where the hats are triggering if you're just going It sounds pretty cool, but I do kind of want to be a little bit more, like I said, intentional. So I want to have the hi-hats show up where I want them to. And it's a little bit tough to do that because you can't like play a sequence live. Like I think if you have an external controller, you could probably like tap in the notes as it's playing and they like punch in or whatever. But if you're not doing that and you're just using this, there's not really a way to kind of like, yeah, play it live and record your notes in the way you would on like a Groovebox or whatever. So I'm gonna just put these notes in one at a time to just like really make sure that they're in the places I want them to and not just on, every other step or whatever. And then, yeah, so let me just play it and I'll like start putting some notes in. All right, so I've got some notes that I'm like pretty chill with. Let me add this like micro timing thing. So yeah, there was a video that I did that I put out today actually, which goes over some micro timing tactics on the M8, which there are a few, and I'll just jump to the one that I like prefer to use. But if you're interested in learning about other techniques, definitely check out the video. Micro time, yep. So this is a table configuration. I know it looks like a freaking mess, but believe me, there's a method to the madness here, which I'll explain in a second. All right, where's my hi-hat? So yeah, basically just pasting in this table configuration so that the hi-hat follows this table pattern, which is basically that it can trigger, you can just like set FX parameter commands to make it so that it starts on one of these like tick FF table rows, which essentially is like making the sample wait a little bit before it plays. Micro timing. All right, so that's kind of long and short of that. Let's apply some table hop commands here, which is abbreviated THO. Here we go. And yeah, so basically we just need to set this to be a certain row of the table. Here, I'll kind of show you what it looks like. So we're putting it on every single one. So it's starting at table row 4, which is, you can probably see better on the screen. Yeah, and so basically when it starts playing from this row, table row 4, it's like waiting a certain amount of time before it triggers the actual note. So that's kind of how the micro timing works. And we can set this more forward if we want it to be snappier, closer to the note that it plays on. Or if you set it higher up, it'll take longer before it plays. But these are like millisecond, these are each 5 millisecond increments, so it's like kind of hard to hear, but I'll show you, let me just like do it all. This would be like the lowest amount of micro timing. And then I'll bring it back. So you kind of get the idea, but you don't need to have this on every single one. In fact, it'd probably be better to have some that are like a little bit later, some that are a little earlier and stuff like that. So that's what I'm going to do here. That's a nice pattern. And then we can also apply the same kind of strategy, I guess you'd call it, to the kick, which is going to be really good for like ghost notes on the kick. Like if you want to create the boom bap pattern, you know, ba-boom, boom, ka. That ba-boom, you want to delay that kick so it like comes closer to the next one. Probably not explaining that too well, but you get what I mean. All right, so we are going to copy the table configuration, put it on the kick, like that. And now this is going to have the same behavior. If we add the table hop command, it'll play a little bit later, which is what we're trying to do here. So let's do a note right before here. So you kind of hear the difference there. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, Lazy Chop would be legendary. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it would be that hard to do, to be honest, because like, or I don't know, I'm not going to like speak about how hard it is to program stuff, but the way that I kind of envision it is like, let me see here. Yeah, Maiden Sorrow. Or here, let me like copy this or something. Paste, edit, and then we'll delete all these. Okay. Oh my God, dude. Like struggling here. All right, so yeah, the way that I imagine it is like you would just press play and then you would be able to like tap something, like maybe tap the edit button as it's playing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that would just be adding slice markers. Boom, 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 boom. So yeah, I don't know what the big deal about that is, but obviously it seems like, yeah, while it's playing, click something. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, I don't know. Again, programming and stuff is probably like super complicated, so I don't question Trash 80's priorities. We've got a lot of cool stuff that we can do already, so if it is what it is, then it is what it is. All right. Kind of wanted that like kick to come after the snare a little bit, so that's how I got this. And yeah, the table hop command, which I've been using, you can use it in combination with the built-in delay command, the DEL command, which is pretty cool. So this note, I have it delay 5, so it's like pretty close to the next note. And then I also have the table hop delaying it even further, so you kind of get like a little bit more control about how quickly it plays after the what you call it. Nice. Oh, dude, Zanza, tomorrow you get the M8. Dude, that's awesome. Yeah, that's going to be, you're going to have a lot of fun with that, let me tell you. Be sure to check out some of my other videos if you're interested in how to sample slice and some of the other stuff I've talked about. But yeah, that's super sick, dude. Okie dokie. We've got the hi-hat, kick, snare. I think we're ready to start messing around with these chops a little bit more. Let me take a listen. Okay, actually, before we do the chops, kind kind of want to add an open hi-hat to this, like to play on the second sort of half of the, what you call it. Like kind of like that. All right, so let's find open hat. Oh, I don't know why I reached for the pocket upper. Let me get this thing out of here so I don't like get confused about it. Yeah, so we've got an open hat I think would be cool. Ooh, some Beth Gibbons vocals? Dude, Beth Gibbon. I'm gonna have to look them up. Okay, so let's see. All right, so this is instrument number 05. So we should be able to just pop this into the sequence here. Da-da-da-da. Oh, Portishead singer. All right, I'm into it. Okay. 40s are hi-hat. Okay, so this is the one. We'll put this here. Clone it. Instrument 5. Oh, and then I have to copy the table configuration. This is the only thing about this table configuration, so you kind of have to like clone it a couple times. So let me put it on the open hat here. Boom. Okay, and then now this will play on this half here. Nice. Okay, okay, yeah, so back to the sample chops. Yeah, more zoom would be nice. That would be something else for sure. All right, so the plan with these sample chops was I set very wide slice markers. So I think each chop is like 2 bars, which is pretty big and doesn't give you a lot of control using the slice parameter to set some of the notes. But you can use this start command, the FX command, to adjust the start point of the sample. And you can do this it's relative to the start point of the slice, not the start point of the sample. So this will make sense in a second. So what I'll do here is I'll put this one, start, and on the 8, I'm gonna do it at start point 40, which would be, what would that be? 25% into the sample, I guess. And it sounded the same, so let's put it here too and here too so you can hear it. Or we could adjust this. But yeah, that's kind of the idea, is you can essentially skip all of the work that you would do setting the sample slices by setting wider ones, and then from here just use the start command to essentially like create midway chops that are all relative to the sample slice. So for instance, again, we'll just do 40 a bunch of times. I can change the main slice note. So you get the idea. It's relative to the sample chop. So again, gives you a little bit of a flexible option for dealing with the sample chops without needing to like spend a million years in the sample edit screen setting the slice markers using the non-variable zoom as we've discussed earlier. All right, so let me create like just some cool riff on this or something. That sounds kind of weird. What's this all about? Hey, what's up, B-Rad? And yeah, so before I was just using like kind of coarse values like 70, 60, 50 or whatever. But you can also just like move the start point even further. Yeah, the only drawback to this method I would say is that you kind of have to like remember these values sort of. I mean, they're pretty standard values like 40, 80 or whatever, but it's like if you're like thinking about it in terms of like a normal Groovebox where you'd be like, oh yeah, this pad is what's doing this chop that I like or whatever. With this one, it's more of like you have to remember the start value that has the melodic content or whatever that you're like interested in. So it can be a little bit tough to manage that information, but I think overall the time you save in the sample edit page is like probably way more worth it. Okay, so maybe I'll create another variation of this. And then another fun thing you can do is, yeah, these chops vibe for sure. You can set the play mode to like reverse the sample at various points during the playback too, which is cool. Get some interesting ways that things can interact that way as well. All right, I'm getting too used to these chops, so let me move this down and try creating something else with some of the other chops. Okay. This one's kind of tough to like get dialed in. I kind of want it to do that kind of but it's like it's a little bit hard to. Thirteen, 14. Oh man, this is kind of tricky. Okay, so 13, 14, 13, no, 15, and then a blank one. Ooh. All right, let's see what this sounds like. Not bad. Let's try and add some bass to this. Crap, I gotta set this back to C4. It's a little quiet too. Let me see if I can fine tune these levels a bit. Sounds pretty good. Maybe I could put a filter on it too. Whoa. Sounds beefy. All right, let's nice. So yeah, that's kind of my approach with bass lines, is to sort of like, I have to kind of hear it in my head or maybe hum it out. And then as I see the playhead move, that's where I put the notes down. And then I can further adjust things by like using the delay commands and stuff. But yeah, this, I'm going to clone this, and then I think we'll just have like some of the notes play on one half of it and some play on the other or something. But yeah, so basically to clone it, oh, whoa, you just have to hold shift and then press option and then edit. Yep. And then that's got the same notes in it and stuff, so it'll be easier to kind of build things. bet. See if it works with the previous part. Kind of vibe with it. All right, now to add some more layers. I feel like a piano maybe would sound sick. Dang, this one's kind of interesting. It's got like this chime at the end though. Let me... I don't know, we'll just see how it fits in. I need to turn the envelope on to get rid of some of that chimey stuff at the end. Okie dokie. Envelope up here. Volume. Okay, that I think is actually perfect. Yeah, I was trying to mess around with this transpose setting. I feel like this is a pretty common tactic on the M8, but I usually just like don't mess around with it too much and use the cloned phrase and adding some different notes in. But yeah, I'm trying to add different pitches to this piano to see what fits in here. layers here. Piano fit in pretty nice. Maybe we got something else though. Can't really tell what this thing is. Kind of a wacky sound. I feel like it fits in somehow. Let me see if I can pepper it in somehow. Definitely don't want it triggering every single time, and I think there's a command to like make it so it comes in every other time or something, which is called nth trigger of note effect left of command. Oh man, I'm not super familiar with this command, but I think we can figure it out. Reset counter nth left on 2. So I'm pretty sure the behavior now is that it'll play, like it'll go through and it'll play the second time it's supposed to play. I don't know, let's see. It didn't play. It didn't play again. It's like not playing at all now, what the heck? Nth, why aren't you working? Oh, that worked. Hold on a sec. Didn't play. And then it did play. But it didn't seem like it was doing that with the sequence. Yeah, it's like not playing. Interesting. Whatever. I can just do this. Interesting. Okay, so let's keep hunting around for more layers here. Like, what the hell is that? No way. Dang. I kind of dig this like tremolo guitar. I don't know how well it's gonna work, but let's try and figure it out. Okay, so edit. Guess I could just put some slice markers in this, or we could just use the start command to slice it, quote unquote. Yeah, let's just do that. All right, so what do you sound like, good sir? All right, and then we're going to use the start command here to start the sample a little bit later, where the second chop, quote unquote, would normally start. So it seems like 86 is probably where this second kind of riff comes in. And it's cool because you can do like kind of this trig preview, or I guess that's what you'd call it on Electron. I don't have any other devices, but I've heard people say that. But yeah, basically when you press enter and you're messing with the value, or edit, I mean, you can hear what it sounds like at that point. And this will respect other parameters too. Like for instance, if I had it like playing in reverse, like, and then I hold edit, that's what it sounds like in reverse too. So it really gives you a good representation of like what it's going to sound like when the playhead reaches that point. So cool stuff that M8 can do. Cool. And yeah, I added a low pass filter there just to get rid of that kind of like cymbal crash type noise that was in the sample as well. So it's just the guitar sort of. I mean, you can still hear it, but when it plays with everything else and all the other layers, it's a little harder to hear. Ooh, that shaker sounded sick. But we're in kind of a delicate conundrum here because of the fact that I've used all of the available tracks. So we're going to have to consolidate or find another place for this shaker, which can be a little bit tricky. But let's just remind ourselves what all the tracks are doing. So this one is like the tremolo guitar, and it plays through the entire sequence. So that one we're probably not going to be able to add anything to. This one is it's that weird like sound here. You can just hear it. Yeah, it's the weird down, which I like for some reason. So I think the shaker would actually fit here, especially because there's nothing happening on this. So I'll have to just kind of pepper it in here. So let's see how it sounds. Whoa, there's like a weird like female vocalist on that. Hi. We take it. Alright, I gotta figure out the timing of this thing, so let me like just have it kind of looping. Might have to pitch it down a little bit. It sounds pretty good. Where's the start? Oh, here we go. And then just like with the sample chops, we can use the start FX command to like kind of, oh, I don't know what that was. Sorry about that. To kind of fine tune the chops a little bit, or to like kind of pseudo chop without actually adding slice markers. It's always cool to add a little bit of degrade using this degrade function to samples that have like a higher frequency, like the shaker or hi-hats or whatever, because it kind of like, it gives you a little bit of a bit crush type effect, which can kind of warm up the sound or something. I don't know, just speaking abstractly here, but you get what I mean. Whoa, this sounds cool when you isolate it. But yeah, so, and then you'll also see here that I don't need to have the note with the start command. The start command just like recognizes whatever played previously, but I am going to put the notes in here. It's optional. I'm going to do it just to help keep track of like what is actually triggering here, since this is kind of a shared track and it has another sample that I trigger later on it. So it helps me keep everything straight. Oops. And then I also need to like add these notes to 71, which is the one that comes after it. Okay, so we'll just kind of, or I guess that's, okay, here's how we're gonna do it. I'm gonna clone this 70, and then this is gonna be 72, the clone. And then this is where I'll have the, it's like a freaking, you gotta play chess with this thing sometimes. It's like a real strategic effort here. All right, and then this is supposed to be like this. Delete this. All right, so that should do what I want, but let's hear. All right, and I guess we could come back to the sample chops one more time and maybe try to find some other cool sort of melodic pockets or what have you. So we'll go 12 and then bring this one in. Okay, there we go, 16 is open. Back to instrument 0. And then we'll do the start point here. like a ton of chops I didn't even work with. Oh, dude, this is like not even... Yeah, I'm gonna have to like mute some of these or something. Like that, yep. Yeah, I muted the piano and the tremolo guitar because I think I might have to like pitch those in a different way to be compatible with some of the other sample chops. This one's kind of tough. Dang. Yeah, so before this note, I kind of want there to be like a strum. So I'm trying to like put this... Okay, so yeah, before this note, I kind of want it to be like ring. So I'm trying to like slice or add a slice that does that right before. Maybe this is it. Let me try. Add a delay command too. We're getting close. before. Might be as good as it gets. Sounds kind of funky. Maybe I'll just scratch that. Okay. Or maybe there's another one that strums. Definitely sounds like it strums. Maybe I gotta delay this one. That's a tricky one. Yeah, can't really get it to work. Okay, so we've got some pretty good moves here. I'm going to shift things around a little bit though, because I want 18 and 19 to play first, and then 16 and 17 will come in. So let me like try to do that. There we go. 18, 19, 16, and then 17. All right, let's hear it. Nice. And let me do like maybe one more variant of this, I guess. Let's see. Or maybe 10 and 11 can come before that. 10, 11. Yeah. Yo, what's up, Wurzel? We'll try 11 and then 12. Whoa, I don't know what happened to my throat there. Yeah, those transition pretty well, so I'm okay with that. How does 10 sound again? Dang, we've got some sick sequences here. I think I'll do 10, 11, 12, 12. Might be a better way to transition from 12 back to 10. Let's let me see if I can figure this out here. Number 17, this one. So what are we working with on 10? We've got C1. All right, so let's do that over here maybe. A little C1 action. Listen to that a little too fast here. Maybe I'll bring it in later. All right, I think it's supposed to be C sharp 1. Whoa, that sounded kind of sick. It's gonna be hard to pepper in though. Doesn't work there. Might be barking up the wrong tree here. All right, that's pretty chill. That's a good transition back to the other pattern. And then there were these other layers that I muted. So let me unmute them and remind myself what's going on here. Okay, so these were layers that were associated with 11, so I'm going to put them there. And then I have to put like this blank kind of thing in the sequencer so that it doesn't play those on the other sections. And then I have to do this times 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, okay, so this should work according to plan here. All right, so the timing got off a little bit because I didn't have, this wasn't a 4-phrase chain. Look at that. I'm learning my MA terminology here. But now it is, so that's all fine. These are just like the drum loop variants, or not really variants, but yeah, let me like actually make these the correct length too. Doubling up, doubling up. All right, and then so theoretically I can put this throughout as well to kind of have a nice big block here. And then 70 is the bass line, which yeah, I haven't really messed around too much with the bass line. It's just been the same on all the chops, so I could probably switch it up at some points here. I'd have to listen a little more closely. This isn't even the bass line. This is the shaker and the, oh man, I'm like getting lost in the sauce here. Where the bass is 50, I think. Sure is. Forgot to do this one too. All right. Yeah, I'm trying to think what else we could do with this one. All right, I think I'm going to try and come up with a piano riff for this 13, which is a clone of 12, because the piano riff that I created, it was designed for 11, so I think I need to change the notes a little bit for 13, but that'll be cool to have the piano kind of come in and out and stuff. So let's do that. F#3. I think that works. Again, not really working with any kind of music theory knowledge, just kind of using my ear, and it sounds fine. Okay, and then this is the tremolo guitar. I don't know if this part really fits here, but let me check. Let's verify that and see. Clone it so I'm not messing up anything. All right, I'm gonna get it out of here. Whoa, dude, did not mean to clone that. Maybe a different layer for this section, so we don't have to use the guitar. We can kind of switch it up a little bit, because there is kind of already that sort of sound in the sample. That's where the strumming comes from. So let me try to find one more. I'm gonna go to 83, and then let's see if I can find one more like kind of sample to fit in here. Yo. Dude, that sounds freaking sick. Let's see if we can get this to work, because if that can, then it shall be so. And you can quote me on that. All right, so bring it up to C4. Oh man, this is like confusing. Yeah, let's do it like this. So you'll hear it kind of like stops at a certain point, which is where the sample ends, which is not great for what we're doing here because it kind of just drops out. So what I'm going to do is use a reverse command to kind of ping pong it. We could change the play mode too, but I like the reverse command because you get a little bit more control about when you want it to start playing backwards. So let's just listen and see where it stops. So it stops around here, like around 5, the 5th step. Or the 6th step, I mean. So you'll do the command PLY, where art thou? There we go. And then number 1 to do reverse. And now take a listen here. So it plays it backwards from that point. That actually didn't sound that bad. Let me listen to it again a little more closely. So we do have to kill it at some point though. Maybe I'll set an off command like right here. Oh, dude. Or maybe I can use the volume command to kind of have it taper off a little bit. This is where it gets a little tricky. Let me see here. I know I've said that like 100 times, but I mean it. Volume. Okay, so this command basically will reduce the volume of whatever's playing relative. So if you throw in like a couple of these, it'll just kind of like fade out is sort of the idea here. Let me see if this works the way it does in my mind. It's kind of a quick fade out. Let me slow it down. Yeah. That's not bad. It sounds a little natural. So it's kind of creating an envelope sort of, but you're doing that using these FX commands volume. So yeah, I think that works. And I kind of want the second one to be like transposed down a little bit. So let me like see what that sounds like. Yeah, that transpose -1 I think works. I was hoping it would sound a little cooler, but it's all good. Okay, so now we've got a kind of a bonus layer for this second time this sequence plays through on this one, number 13. And then number 11 also has the second layer, which is the tremolo guitar. So we've got some empty spaces still, 6 and then 8. I don't know what else we could put in here. Let me just listen and think. brought the level of it down a little bit. It's a cool little shortcut there. Oh, hopefully that didn't break like the M8.run thing. Oh yeah. So yeah, a little bonus tip for you. If you press all the buttons at once, it plays this like waveform, or it shows a waveform display. So you can see each of the tracks has its own little whatchamacallit. Although it's not compatible with the web display, as you can see. It kind of just looks like it's frozen. Now it's back to normal. So that's a fun little trick. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty chill with this one. Let me save it so we don't like, you know, totally lose all our hard work that we did here. STR. Yep. All right. How fast can I type using 4 keys here? Let's find out. And today is 0209. It's assumed that it's 2025. Ooh, it says 209. That's cool. All right, so save M8. I'll just save it in here, I guess. All right, cool. Well, yeah, that was the beat. So mission accomplished there. Got to create a beat. I'm trying to think, what else could we do here while we're all gathered in this space? Maybe some other tricks I could go over. How long have I been streaming for? 1 hour, 36 minutes. Yeah, we got time to dink around with something else. Let me load up something else, I guess. Let's see. Oh yeah, I don't know if I've played this for y'all. This is a cool beat that I made. Check it out. Soft whispers drift and just matters. Yeah, you kind of get the idea with that one. It's a simple little loop, but a lot of fun to mess around with. So there's that one. Just check my folders here. Yeah, nothing else too crazy that I've been working on. So yeah, I think we'll probably just call it at this point. Appreciate y'all rocking with me, and definitely check out the video I put out today if you're interested in M8 micro timing methods. We got to use some of them on today's stream, including the table configuration and the delay command. And my video next week, a week from today actually, is going to be about M8 Tactics 2, using certain slice techniques, kind of like what I've been talking about before, with like the start value and all that stuff. So if you're interested in learning more about that, definitely check it out when that comes out. And yeah, thanks again, y'all, and catch you on the next one. Peace.